welcome back or welcome to Optimal Self Live. Today, we are coming from sunny Costa Mesa, California. You see the cool logo me. That is my good man, Mikel Alfon's company, Blue Light Media. And coming from their little their office today, we are here shooting a podcast as well as some other videos in regards to Optimal Self. So Blue Light Media is gracious enough to host us today and let us use their facilities upstairs while they're all working. So cool. Excited to come to you today. Those of you guys that it's your first time, these are little 5 to 10 minute conversations that are really just about us finding ways to become the best version of ourselves, right? That we want to live to our optimal self. We want to create a platform. We want to create a community that we are supporting one another and really, truly looking out for the best interest of each other to raise the level of this community and give us all ways to elevate our lives. And so I wanted to share with you today something that came up when Mikel and I were talking, and it's motivation. And he asked me, and I get this question all the time, man, how do you stay so motivated? How do you stay, in it and get to the gym and eat right and meal prep, and you run multiple businesses and you have, hundreds and hundreds of people that you are constantly working with? Like, how do you do it? Well, let me tell you something. One, I don't believe in motivation. There is no motivation. If I waited every morning for motivation to hit me, to drive me to do something, I would do jack shit. Honestly, I would do nothing. I'd lay there and do nothing because there's no such thing as motivation. I don't believe in motivation. I do understand that we can self-determine things that are great in our lives. How can we use some inspiration and motivation, right? I was having this conversation with somebody. I went to UPW with Tony Robbins a couple years back, and man, when you're in that room, like, it's just filled with it, right? The motivation is great. But how many people actually do anything with that information? How many? Very few, less than 1% of the millions of people that have been through it. There are some success stories because they actually use some of it and apply it to their life, actually change something that they do every single day. You have to change something that you do every day to get to that next level of your life. And so motivation it's not a real thing, because if you're waiting for it, it's not coming. No one's coming to save you. But there is a thing called self-determination theory. And what I want to tell you about that is I want to give you the 3 pillars of how we can self-determine and really get motivation. Number one pillar is competency, meaning you have to be competent in the skill of what you're doing. You have to be competent in your craft. What is it that you do? Think about it right now. What is something that you absolutely love to do in your life? What is something that you really like? I guarantee you are competent in that. There's something that you're probably pretty good at it. Okay? So that's pillar number 1, competency. Pillar number 2 is autonomy, meaning you are responsible for you. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody's coming to save you. Not your mom, not your dad, not your grandpa, nobody, not your boss. Nobody's coming to save you. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. We all have to realize, myself included, our lives are a reflection of the choices we have made. Autonomy is very important, meaning you are responsible for you. The moment you realize, the moment that you understand that you can have anything in your life, as soon as you take responsibility for everything in your life. Autonomy. Let me say that again. You can have anything you want in your life the moment that you take responsibility for everything in your life. All right? Autonomy, pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is relationships, meaning we have to build great relationships. We have to be somebody to others. Those of you that are parents, right? The motivation, you got motivation, right? When that kid needs a bottle in the middle of the night, when that son or daughter, when that diaper needs to be changed, I might not want to do it, but I'm going to do it, right? So you know that you have to take that step. So think about your life. Where are those things that you could take that step? Think about your life. The other side of relationships that I want you guys to understand is that sometimes in our life, maybe I'm super competent. Maybe I've taken responsibility for everything in my life and everything's moving forward and I've hit a ceiling. And so the relationship may be who's that person that I need to maybe hire or who's that person that I need to get to mentor me so that I can get to my next level. So relationships are very important because when you have that relationship and you have that person, you find that person, you can actually get some accountability and that will motivate you, right? That will drive you, right? I have an accountability partner in my life and every morning, I mean, I am not going to let her down. I'm not. And so I have to write that in. I got to be ready. I got to go because I got somebody who's counting on me. So find somebody and find somebody that's going to hold you accountable, not just your best friend or nothing like that. Somebody who's going to truly hold you accountable to be like, yo, where's your shit? Whoa, why didn't you do that? Right? I'm going to smack you around a little bit because we need that, right? That's going to motivate. That's going to motivate you. So you got pillar number one, competency. Pillar number two, autonomy. Pillar number three, relationships. Somewhere in your life, if you're not motivated to do whatever it is, whether it's your health, whether it's your fitness, whether it's your business, right? If think about fitness for a second, most people used to come, they would say, the reason why don't you go to the gym or why I don't know what to do when I get there. Well, that's competency. I need to either find somebody and build a relationship with maybe somebody who does so that I can get more competent. But the moment you know what to do, the moment you have that workout, you know what those things are, the likelihood of you going is much greater, much greater. Okay? So understand, get the competency, drive yourself, get better, build the skills it's going to take to motivate you so that you love to do it. Okay? You love to do it. Also take responsibility for yourself because the moment you do, you can have anything you want. And finally, build those relationships, right? Let's get it, right? The motivation is not it. How many times have you seen those teams that sit in there and the coach gives the greatest speech ever that they're just, yeah, everybody's fired up, right? And they take their ass out there and they get their ass handed to them 42-0. They come back dragging their head. Why? Why? Guaranteed because they weren't very competent. They weren't very efficient in what they did, right? Probably not autonomous. People aren't taking responsibility for their actions, being in their right spot, doing their job on the field, right? And they didn't build enough relationships amongst one another to build that great team. Again, the motivation doesn't matter. You can want it bad. You can, whoa, everybody can get you fired up. But if you're not competent, if you don't have autonomy, and you haven't built great relationships, forget it. No way. No way. All right. So let's do it. What are you going to do today? Look at those three pillars. Find which one that you need to get better at. Find the spot that's holding you back so that the moment that you get it, boom, you take advantage and you start to build that life. You start to build the best version of you. You start to build you to your optimal self. Okay? All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Hop on over to optimalself.today. Come on, get signed up. Let's get you guys in because everything's coming, right? Everything's coming. Please like, share, give me some comments, man. If there's something you guys want to hear, if there's something you're struggling with that I can help you with, that we can talk about over here and bring to you, we will do it. We will change everything to help you guys. That's what this community's for. All right. I hope you guys have an amazing evening. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you on Monday.